Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Can you all hear me okay? All right. Well, it looks like there's something maybe wrong. I'm not too sure. But it says there's only 3 people watching, but then there's a bunch of people in the chat, so I got no idea what's going on. Anyway, let's just keep going. So, the reason I think is because I hit stop streaming button. Anyway, this is a YouTube live stream. We're changing how we do webinars. We're going to be live streaming them. So we've done this a few times now, but it's still a little just kind of messy and tricky. I'm still not an expert on YouTube live streaming. So give me a few more sessions before these things run smoothly, because right now I don't think it's running that smoothly. But anyway, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with some price action analysis. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of June, 2018, and the time is 13:01 here in the UK. You're looking at an USDJPY 8-hour chart. We're going to kick things off with the 8-hour chart today because we've just taken a trade on this one. Posted this one to the forum. Did you guys, I think a few of you entered because I saw a few of you respond to my forum thread about this trade. Oh yeah, I'm just checking out the forum thread real quick. Actually, I don't want to put it on the screen because then like everyone's going to try to join the forum when they don't have access to it. So I won't put it on the screen. But Zila, Alex, Dominus, Ash, a few of you have entered. Ash, where'd you get in? 83.79. All right, so you got a good entry. Dominus, are you here today? Graham, you entered too? Nice. Oh, let's see if it hits target. It's moving down quite nicely right now, but it's not totally uncommon for price to wait. First, let me explain the setup for people who are kind of new to my strategy. This is a pretty simple trade setup. I'll get to that in a second, Nash. Pretty simple trade setup. It's not an overly complicated one. So I'll just explain the logic real quick for those of you who are new, for those of you who just like don't get the trade. So we're trading a short from resistance. This is the resistance area. It's a pretty strong resistance area. If you look back, we've had several occasions where price has hit this resistance area, shot away. And the major one was only recently here. That was back on the 22nd, or it actually moved, yeah, on the 22nd of May. So, not that long ago. Pushed up to here, hit it, boom, turned around. So when it came up to here again today, and it formed this nice little indecision candle just sitting on top of here, showed us that price was kind of stalling, and then it started pushing away. That was an indication that sellers were taking control of price. So at that point, you can start looking for a trade setup, or a trade entry rather. This is all discussed in my strategy, which you can look at by going to forexfornoobs.com and clicking the strategy tab from the menu at the top. This is just one of the most basic types of reversals of trades I take. It's just a reversal trade, a pretty standard, basic type of trade. So where did I enter? Ash is asking. Let me break it down by going to the 1 hour. I entered on a retrace. You said it, Nick. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so I entered on a retrace. I didn't enter as soon as it broke that low. It broke that low, it pushed down, and then I entered on a bit of a pullback. I was honestly wanting to enter as soon as it broke the low, but I just didn't really see it as a safe entering as soon as it broke the low. You know, there's always that thing with trading. When you're looking to enter a trade, your minimum entry is usually for a reversal trade of this kind. Your minimum entry is a few pips below the low of the candle, and that's the minimum, and that's fine. But that minimum entry, a lot of the times, is going to get triggered, and then price is just going to continue up, or it's just going to continue ranging, because those 2 or 3 pips, they don't really mean that much. So I usually prefer to wait for price to drop down 5, 6, 7 pips, but then by then, even 10 pips, let's say. There's no set number of pips because every pair is different in how it moves. But if it moves down a little bit, that confirms to me that sellers are in control, but then you get a late entry. So there's always that balance between a late entry or a early entry and all that kind of stuff. So the solution in this case was just it dropped down, came back up, boom, got in, and now it's continuing down, hopefully. It's working well so far, but I mean, this trade isn't even close to its target, so definitely don't get too excited right now. It is a pretty strong bullish trend we're fighting against here. It's a very strong bullish trend. I mean, last time it did turn around here, but that doesn't mean that it's 100% going to turn around this time. A lot of the times it moves like this. Because it turned around here last time, you get like that immediate drop from sellers, but then it just continues up before it hits your target. Totally possible. It's not impossible for that to happen, so you just got to wait and see with this one. But yeah, it's good so far. So let's look for actual other trade setups because that one's already triggered. So let's look for setups that we can actually other setups we can trade today. So AUD New Zealand, this one's not really doing much. It's kind of stuck around the support resistance area. So let's just skip that one. There's nothing going on there. AUD USD has hit resistance and is turning around. Is anyone short on this one? Is there anyone short from this resistance area? Would have been a bit of a tricky short, considering the like big bullish wick here. Getting a nice stop loss would be a bit tricky. Yeah, I didn't enter this one either. All right, fair enough. It doesn't look like anyone's in. It's going quite well, though, so I do wish I had entered, but yeah, unfortunately I didn't. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll just see how it develops. I'm sure someone on the forum has entered this one. They might just not be here today in the room, but generally speaking, setups like this, these obvious reversal setups, surely someone has entered. Euro AUD, what's going on with that? Oh, there's a short here. I have this here because I think there was a short here that someone took. I can't remember the details though. It would have been last week anyway. Wait, did I take it? No, I think I took a trade on Euro. Yeah, I took the Euro GBP trade last week. All right, anyway. Euro AUD, nice little continuation there. I think someone entered that. I remember someone talking to me about that. So it's a good little continuation, but it's too late now. I mean, obviously it's that trade is over. It's hit target already. You're short on it from this resistance area, I take it? All right, so what's the question? Well, I'm going to keep going and then I'll let you type out your question. That way we could just get through some of these pairs. Euro GBP, what's going on with that now? There's an SR page on the site. If you want me to add support resistance for pairs to that page, just let me know and I'll put them up. That way you don't have to look on the webinar for all my support resistance placements and try to figure it out. It's just like listed on the page for you. So yeah, just send an email to me, or just send me a Skype message because you have me on Skype. Anyway, Euro GBP, nothing much going on here. There was a nice little trade here last week that we took. In last week's analysis, I suggested going long from this support area. Worked out quite well, but other than that, I mean, this is not really doing that much, is it? It's just messing about now. Euro JPY, is anyone short on this? I think someone posted this one to the forum. Euro JPY short from this resistance area. I'm not short on this one. I took the AUD/JPY instead. Ash, you're short on this one? Yeah, I mean, looks like a pretty solid setup. It's already triggered. I wish the analysis was done like 3 hours ago because that way we could have called all these setups in the analysis. These setups have just triggered, so it's too late to enter them now because, they should have already been entered. But like all these cool setups, had we done the analysis a few hours ago, we could have, they could have been shared in the analysis itself. All right, GBPAUD. Yeah. I did catch USDJPY. We're gonna get to that. That's that one. Where is it on my list? Oh, I was just being blind. We're gonna get to USDJPY. There is a setup on there. Spoiler alert, guys. It's a setup on USDJPY. GBPAUD actually looks quite interesting. This pair is trending down right now, and it's a heavy trend down. It's pushed back up to this resistance area, and it already looks like it's stalling at this resistance area. This could give us a nice continuation trade. Let's keep a really close eye on this one for continuation trades. I'm going to unmark that. I'm going to unmark this, and I'm going to unmark AUD/JPY. I'll just leave marks on the pairs that actually have setups. That way it's easier to review. So GBPAUD, there is potential for a short trade here. Let's keep a close eye on it. What I want to see is I want to see price stalling on this resistance area. It's already starting to stall, but I want to see a few candles closing on here. That's even better. GBP was pushed up by news recently. That's even better. Then news moves retrace pretty quickly, so there's definite potential for a short trade here. Right, GBP/JPY, nothing much going on here. It's just broken above resistance. Yeah, let's go on. GBP/USD, I was looking for a short trade here last week. I shared it, I think, in the last analysis of the week. I took that short trade, actually, but obviously it didn't work out because it went up instead of down. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? You win some, you lose some. It wasn't a profitable trade. I thought we were going to get a continuation, but yeah, it just kept going up. I'm adjusting my rules on continuations a little bit. But anyway, that's not important right now. New Zealand JPY, this one's not doing much. It's just stalling in between support resistance. Probably adjust this resistance area up though, but this pair has such messy support resistance anyway. I'm not going to take a short from here right now. Not New Zealand JPY. I don't even like this pair. The only reason I have it open is because people ask me about it every now and then. New Zealand USD, this one's pushing back up, but it's in between support resistance right now, so no real trades there, nothing I'd want to trade. USD CAD is really messy in between support resistance, much like a few of these other pairs. So there's nothing that I really want to trade here. When I'm looking for trades, I want to see price on support or resistance, not in between. USD CHF, it's not on support or resistance, and it's quite messy, so there's nothing to trade here either. Nothing I would want to trade anyway. USDJPY, there is potential for a short here. If you're on the 12-hour, you would have already entered that short, but there's still time to enter it now, especially if it pulls back up. You can easily enter this on a retrace. So we have a potential short here on USDJPY. It's in line with all the other short trades on AUDJPY, EuroJPY, but this one, there's still potential to enter it. Unlike the others, which have already triggered, this one, it's still pretty close to where your entry would have been. So you could enter this one feasibly now, or you could wait for a slight pullback if you want to take that risk and enter a USDJPY short on the 12-hour. Tempted to wait for the daily, but I don't think I will, because this one looks like it's going to move now. So I might actually enter this one myself. I'm already on AUDJPY, but I do have... I can open more than one trade because I haven't used up all my usable risk on AUDJPY. So I'm considering entering USDJPY. Sorry that this analysis is so fast. I'm trying to speed through it because there's things happening right now. So I want to get this analysis posted and shared before it's too late. So I'm just talking super fast. Normally our analysis is a little bit more relaxed, but yeah, let's just get through this. Gold and silver, we're not going to really analyze those right now. But I think that wraps it up for the analysis, guys. Is there any questions? Or shall we get this one posted? That way anyone who wants to join in can join in on the trades, I mean. All right, guys, it doesn't look like there's any questions. Therefore, I'm going to end this webinar. I'm going to get this analysis posted as soon as possible. That way, if anyone wants to join in on this USDJPY trade, they can. It is too late for AUDJPY. Don't join in to a trade way too late. That's not how trading works. If you join in too late, you're just going to have a bad risk to reward ratio. Too late for EuroJPY, but GBPAUD, keep an eye out for a potential continuation from this resistance area. I'm looking on the lower time frames for this one. I'm looking at the 4-hour, 6-hour, 8-hour. I think there's definite potential for a short here. And USDJPY, it's all happening on the 12-hour. Really, 8-hour is fine too. It doesn't really matter. The point is, there is a potential short trade here in line with all the other shorts. Looks like a pretty decent setup, and there is still potential to enter this one. So thank you guys for attending, and I will see you for tomorrow's webinar.